What's up, sports fans? Welcome to the best of 2020, where we select the best fighter, the best trainer, the best comeback, the best prospect, and the best promoter of the year as selected by SPORTZ Insider. So today we're gonna announce our fighter of the year, so stay tuned. So the year of 2020 has been a very unusual year, a very weird year, and a lot of people were forced to fight only once or maybe haven't fought at all because of the COVID and everything what happened with the subsequent situation. But nevertheless, a number of fighters still had a very good year, had a great year, and it wasn't really easy to pick the fighter of the year because there were a few worthy candidates. So we are going to give a few honorable mentions to fighters that achieved significant success this year and could have been in the mix with their accomplishments this year, but they simply fell short. So the first honorable mention is Tyson Fury with his rematch against Deontay Wilder, where he finally exposed Wilder, dominated him and knocked him out in February this year in the highly anticipated rematch for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Obviously, Tyson Fury was robbed on the scorecards in the first fight, and he was still an underdog coming into the second fight. Everybody, including Wilder, were saying that he is going to run around the ring, try to box and win a 12-round decision, despite Tyson Fury's warnings that he's going to go after Deontay Wilder to try to knock him out. And that's exactly what happened. Tyson Fury went after Deontay Wilder, exposed his lack of ring IQ, exposed his lack of boxing ability, and simply walked him down, beat him up round after round after round, knocked him down multiple times, and eventually Wilder's corner surrendered, and therefore Tyson Fury became the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Honorable mention number 2 is Saul Canelo Alvarez with his fight against Callum Smith, where he became the unified WBC, WBA, the Lineal and Ring Magazine super middleweight champion of the world, as well as became the 4-weight world champion and cemented his place as the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Obviously, it was a very good fight for Canelo. He dominated the bigger guy with longer reach, who was heavier and had every possible physical advantage, Callum Smith did, but that didn't stop Canelo from completely dominating Callum Smith throughout the fight, winning at least 10 or 11 rounds in the fight, and deservedly so cemented his status as the pound-for-pound king. So these were two of the most deserving contenders for the fighter of the year, but let's not forget there were a few other fighters that also had a very successful year, such as Myris Briedis, who became the lineal cruiserweight champion of the world and won the World Boxing Super Series by defeating Juniel Dorticos in the finals, and also Jermell Charlo, who unified the light middleweight division by defeating Jason Rosario. And now we're finally proceeding to 2020 Fighter of the Year, an award that goes to Teofimo the Takeover Lopez for his great victory, for his undisputed unification against pound-for-pound king Vasyl Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez came out and achieved the biggest victory of his career, defeated Vasyl Lomachenko fair and square by unanimous decision in a very good fight, very close fight to be honest, but nevertheless Teofimo Lopez came out in the last round when it mattered the most and secured a victory in a fight where he was the ultimate underdog. Not many people thought he had a chance, not many people thought he was at the level of the pound-for-pound king Vasyl Lomachenko, but Teofimo Lopez, he neutralized Vasyl Lomachenko with his jab, with his quickness and explosiveness and his movements in the first half of the fight, and then Lomachenko, being the pound-for-pound champion that he is, came back, tried to prevail, but it was not to happen. In the last round, in the very last last round, Teofimo Lopez came out guns blazing and beat up Vasil Lomachenko, securing the unanimous decision victory, securing the undisputed lightweight championship of the world, the youngest ever fighter to become the undisputed champion of the four-belt era, and is deservedly so the 2020 the best fighter of the year.